Hello WWE Universe. I'm Rhea Ripley, your current Women's World Champion. I've accomplished a lot in this company. I'm leaving a fantastic legacy behind. Being on this is not part of it. Because I asked you guys to go onto Twitter, go onto Threads, whatever you guys are on, and use hashtag AskMommy to ask me questions, and now I have to answer them. So, let's read some questions from you peasants and get this started, I guess.
An avalanche riptide! The tide has turned! The tide has turned!
Mackin say H. Stupid name. Don't know how to pronounce it. Whatever. Alright, ask Mummy. How does it feel knowing you're the most dominant women's champion? Well, you know, I've only been in this company for 6.5 years, and knowing all the accomplishments that I've been able to partake in, and knowing the legacy that I'm going to leave behind within this company, I'm very proud of myself. I've done things like win the first ever all-women's War Games match, 2-on-4. I've had my WrestleMania moment. I beat Charlotte Flair, my kryptonite, for the SmackDown Women's Championship, the one championship that I hadn't held yet. So I'm a Grand Slam Women's Champion. I was the first ever NXT UK Women's Champion. I was NXT Women's Champion. I was Raw Women's Champion. I was Tag Team Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, and now I'm Women's World Champion. So to ask me how I'm feeling, it's an understatement. I'm ecstatic. And there's so much more to accomplish. Rhea is a cutie. Stop it. What is your favorite match you have done? Alright, so I actually have a few favorite matches because I'm just that damn amazing. My first one would be against Io Shirai in the second Mae Young Classic. It was the semi-finals. Didn't make it to the finals, but you know, we were learning at that current time. But that's one of the matches that really skyrocketed my career. It led me to NXT UK, where I became the first ever NXT UK Women's Champion, which then led me to NXT, which comes to my next favorite match, against Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. Going through that match with Shayna and the build and everything, it was just so perfect, and everything was working out so well for me. I finally proved everyone wrong that had been doubting me the whole time, and I was in there to prove a point. I beat Shayna Baszler, who was unbeatable at the time, one of the longest reigning NXT Women's Champions, and I had my own little mosh pit in the ring afterwards, so that was very, very special to me, and I really do hold that in my heart. The next one is very special, because I beat someone that had many, many championships within this industry. Someone that was classified as my kryptonite. I beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39 for her SmackDown Women's Championship. And I will remember every single second of her in pain on the ground, etched in my memory forever.
I think it's time that everyone rises for Mommy.
That, full stop, tattered, full stop, Pixie. I don't think you could have picked a longer name. Anyways, losing my voice, thank you for contributing to that now. If she could have any band as her entrance music, who would it be? You know what? I thought I had it good when Ash Costello, New Year's Day, played my entrance music, but when I joined the Judgment Day, I got exactly what I wanted. I got Chris Motionless from Motionless in White to sing my entrance music, my favorite singer from my favorite band. You know why? Because Mommy always gets what she wants. LFTV. Weird name, but whatever. Out of all your tattoos, which one is your favorite, and what other tattoos do you plan to get? I have a lot of tattoos. I mean, that's no lie. You guys know this. I know that you've looked up photos of them. You want me to do a tattoo tour. You're not getting it. Too bad. Sorry. Not sorry. Whatever. They're all just so different from one another. I think the most meaningful tattoo that I have is my newest one. It's the chicken pot on my tricep. It's my nonna's chicken pot. She just passed away not too long ago, so I wanted to get something to remind me of her and just what would come to my mind as soon as I came to her house. Like, the chicken pot was something that all us kids in the family, we loved. It was the first thing we ran to after saying hello to Nonna. It always had minties in it, and that's why it's got minties in it here. So it was a very meaningful tattoo to me. My next tattoo, you know, I've been having some wild dreams lately about some tattoos, and I was thinking, you know, for my Latino heat, maybe just getting like a portrait of Dom's face, like right on my heart, because he has my heart. So that's what he belongs.
Behind the great woman, there is a great man. And I'm glad that I can be that for mommy. And I will always be there to support her.
At Coda X DeVille, what is it about Dom that you love so much? You know, there's a lot of things that I love about Dom. First of all, he's just the perfect man for me. He not only makes me feel special, he not only opens the ropes for me, helps me off the apron, all of the gentleman things, he also knows exactly what mommy wants at all times. And mommy always gets what she wants. But, you know, he's just so handsome and so good at what he does. All he does is win these days. Like, he's just turned into this absolute stud. He's finally out of his dad's shadow and he's just living his best life. So there's many things that I love about Dominic Mysterio. The one thing that I really do love though is that mullet. I love a good mullet, and he really does know how to pull it off. He's flowing in the wind. I watch it when he wrestles. He's whipping his sweat everywhere. It's really quite amazing to watch. At Thomas LC94. I'm guessing you had a bit of trouble making your name there, Thomas. Putting random letters and numbers. Good work. Good work. If you could choose any wrestler from the past to join the Judgment Day, who would you choose and why? I mean, there's a lot of people I would choose. But this one person, people on social media keep throwing this one person at me, hoping that they'd come and put me in my place. So, my choice would be Randy Orton. Because ain't no one hitting mommy with an RKO. Mommy's always right and mommy's always on top. Randy Orton would be part of my Judgment Day, and he'd be a step below mommy. At Ripley Rares. When is WWE coming back to Australia, please? You know, I've been wanting this for a very, very long time. And Grayson Waller mentioned it in the ring with John Cena. First of all, Grayson, you better pull through, because I want to go home. Screw London. I don't want to go back there. I've been there enough. It's about time that we get to go home. Okay? So do your job.